to go with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports betting scholars. Yeah, R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Earle. We'll be joined here by my brother in a little bit, but we've got a full card to go over. We got a lot of hockey to talk about. I've already locked in 5 plays on the NHL slate. We've got Thursday Night Football. We got the CS's Game 3 in Arizona, Game 4 in Texas. So got a lot to go over for today's card. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right and one went wrong in the world of sports betting. If the sport was not named college football, I swept the board. College football, Bearcats -5 was a loser. They had a chance to get a stop there in overtime to cover that number. Just didn't happen. It is what it is. Not going to win them all. UTEP +3.5. Got a good number on them. Beat the line move, and they get blown out. Those are just the frustrating things when you're able to get a bet down early, beat a nice line move, and it wasn't remotely close. I turned that off like halfway through the game, so that was fun. Went 0-3 down, only 1.33 units in college football. Baseball was beautiful. Astros first 5, Astros full game, Astros team total over. It's pretty simple. You don't fade the Astros on the road. You don't fade Javier as a dog. And so they get the job done again on the road, where they haven't lost a game so far in the playoffs on the road. And I believe they were on a ridiculous streak on the road to end the season. They finished 51 and 30 on the road this year. So this Astros team was so much better on the road than they were at home. We'll get into that today. I'm right back on the Astros again. You don't fade them on the road, especially as a dog. They keep making them dogs. But 3-0 up 2.60 units in the MLB last night. Perfect 2-0 up 2 units in the NHL. We got the Ottawa Senators -1. That was as easy as it gets. They went 6-1. They blew out the Capitals. You love to see it. And then Pittsburgh-Detroit over 6.5 was a winner. Detroit got the win outright, too. I was leaning a little Detroit, maybe a little Detroit team total. Didn't get on either of them, but we got the over. That's all that matters. So overall, yesterday, 5-3 up 3.27 units. And we are now back in the black for October, 158, 171, and 5 up 0.3 units. 0.3 units. We'll hope to continue that into today, where we can try to get into the healthy black. Today, we got a big slate, so we'll go over that. We'll head over to the chat real quick, and then we'll get into the games. Yo, Red Wings, Aces, Senators, there you go. Tim's on his way home. But we'll get into today's card. We got a lot of hockey. I'm going to try to get through as many of them as possible before I head out. We have the Tampa Bay Lightning -125 favorites with a total of 7 in this game. Taking a quick look at the line history in this spot, this line opened up at a -130 for the Lightning. It's down to a 127. And it opened up at a 135. It's down to for the under. It's now 132 for the under. So slight move towards the over. 77% of the tickets, 83% catches on the under. It makes sense because the line is a 7. We had 24% of the tickets and 64% of the cash is on these Canucks. I kind of think the Canucks are kind of the sharp side in this spot here. And when we look at these two teams, when you look at their advanced numbers here, the Lightning, the last couple of games without Stamkos have not really put up much to be proud of. 1.31 expected goals for against Ottawa, 3.08 against Buffalo, which that 3.08 is okay. They've put up 2.817 per game so far this season. They've given up 3.82 or 3.582. On this other side, the Canucks, I think they look a little bit like fool's gold. Last game was an easy fade to them. They played back-to-back games against a division rival, won them both. They shouldn't have won that second game against Edmonton. They got badly outplayed, but Demko was awesome, and Demko has been awesome. Because Demko also in the game against Philadelphia was the only reason why it was 2-0. The Philadelphia Flyers put up 4.32 expected goals against these Canucks here in the spot. I kind of lean towards an under in this game. At a 7, under or nothing. We've seen a lot of these 7 games go under the total. And the more and more I look at it, I think the best way to fade the Lightning right now is taking them not to score. Without Stamkos, this team isn't scoring goals. So no Vasilevsky, no Stamkos. This Lightning team is slowly falling apart. I think this is a good under spot. And I think the Lightning get held to under 4 goals. So I'm kind of leaning under 7 at -132. I'm leaning towards the Lightning team total under, maybe a little Vancouver action here. I might get to something at the end of this game or after the show with this game, but it's Canucks and under or nothing for me at the moment. I think I want to move on the Lightning team total under 3.5. I think I want to move on the full game under 7. Is kind of where I'm targeting this game. Lightning and Reg. Didn't sleep. Slept so well last night. There you go. I didn't. Pass. I tossed the Warriors into a few parlays. There you go. I mean, I can't touch the NBA right now. I hate betting the regular season for the NBA. So why would I bet the preseason for it? But we have the New York Rangers taking on the Nashville Predators in this next one here. -180 for the Rangers. Total of 6 in this game. We have this line opened up at a 170. It's up to a 180, 82, my bad. So a line moved towards these New York Rangers. Line opened up at a 6 at -108. It's now a 6 at -106. So a small move towards the under and a small move towards, or an okay move towards the Rangers. We have 74% of the tickets and 83% of the cash is on the Predators, and the lines move towards the Rangers, which is kind of interesting there. 65% of the tickets, 97% of the cash is on the over. The line has moved towards a set over. Looking at my numbers for this game, let me find the Rangers here. The Rangers have been actually pretty good. 3.99 expected goals for so far this season on average, and only 2.54 against. The Preds have been actually pretty good offensively too. They're averaging 4.207 expected goals per game. They put up 5.64 against Seattle. They put up 4.21 against Tampa Bay, 3.72 against Boston, 3.26 against Edmonton. So this is a team that's actually been playing pretty well as of late. These are 2 really good goaltenders, which I think is going to end up keeping me off the over in this spot here, even at a 6. Because my numbers have this closer to a 7, but I do not have my goalie factors in yet. And I know both these goalies are above average goaltenders, both Saros and Shesterkin. So this is not particularly a spot I would want to go ahead and target an over in this one. I kind of lean towards the Rangers on the -1 line. At the moment, you can get that's gonna be juicy though. It's 182 and 133. So probably out of my price range. -121, not really. I kind of think the Rangers take care of business in this game here against the Predators. The Predators are coming off of a bad loss against Edmonton. But for me, I mean, I think it's Rangers or nothing for me at the moment. I lean over, but with these 2 goaltenders, probably not something I'm interested in doing either. So right now, it's just leans at the moment. I think I might pull the trigger on the unders in the Lightning game, but I don't think I'm going to get to this Nashville game at all. Yup, Warriors when they're down. Another pass. Rangers and Reg. Yeah, I kind of lean towards that Rangers -1. But we'll get into a game I actually made a bet on. Calgary Flames and the Buffalo Sabres. The Flames are -110 favorites with a total of 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history, which I believe does make me a little bit nervous. Yeah, it does. This line opened up at a -110 for Buffalo. It's now down to a 102. So we'll move towards the Flames here. An 8-cent line movement towards Calgary. Total opened up at a 6.5 -108. It's up to a 125. So it's been in a 17-cent line movement towards the over, which does make me very, very nervous here because I do have the under in this game. We have 39% of tickets and 67% of the cash on the over. I feel really, really nervous about this. 57% of the tickets, 51% of the cash is on the Sabres, and the lines move towards these Flames. I kind of think the Flames are very live in this game as well. Obviously, they're -110. So I do lean Flames in this spot. I have been perfect on these Sabres games. I am on the under. I kind of lean Buffalo team total under, but that's a 3.5 at -145 juice towards the under. when you look at what the Sabres team has done offensively, yeah, you can say the first 2 games they played Shesterkin and Sorokin and put up 3 goals. What type of excuse can you make that they got 2 goals in regulation against Jonas Johansson and only put up 2.56 expected goals per game, or expected goals last game, against a Tampa Bay team that is giving up 3.5 per game. So they're really struggling offensively right now. I'm waiting for this Buffalo offense to break through, and it just hasn't. Maybe this is the game, but I like Markstrom a little bit. He's been okay this year, and we know the Calgary Flames struggled to finish chances. So I like the under 6.5 in this spot. I got it yesterday at minus. I forgot what I got it yesterday at. I got it at minus 108 yesterday for the under. It has moved against me, so I am a little bit nervous about that, but I'm on the under here in this game, and I'll lean towards the Flames. Florida International money line, Aces money line, over 1.5 versus Scherzer, Mexico State -3, Senators money line, Red Wings money line -1.5, and the Warriors. Jeez, there you go. Sabres money line. My ass had to go to Red Wings and match this. There you go. Tage Thompson gets his first goal of the year. We'll see. And Sabres money line there for Joe Kryptonite. I lean Flames. I'm on the under, though. I'm on the under. This is a game that I'm really torn on. We'll get into it here. The Toronto Maple Leafs are taking on the Florida Panthers in this spot here. The Maple Leafs are -131 favorites with a total of 7 in this game. Line opened up at a 7 at -101. It's now a 7 at +105. So move towards the under in this game. The line opened up at -125. It's now a 131 for the Maple Leafs. So move towards the Maple Leafs here as well. 77% of the tickets, 54% of the cash is on these Maple Leafs. 81% of the tickets, 78% of the cash is on the over in this game. And this line's gone down a few cents, which is kind of interesting here. My numbers have this game at around a 7.4 expected goals. Both these teams have been awesome offensively as of the start of the year. Maple Leafs averaging 4.49 expected goals per game, and the Panthers 4.25. So both these teams are putting pucks on net, and they are a team that is creating opportunities, creating chances. Now, obviously, we have the Leafs off of a loss against the Chicago Blackhawks in their last game. They lost 4-1 after winning 7-4 and 6-5 in their first 2 games. And then on the other side here, we have the Florida Panthers coming in off of their first win of the year, 4-3 over the New Jersey Devils. They have gone over in two of their 3 games, and so have the Toronto Maple Leafs. I do lean over in this game. I think this game could have some goals in it. In this spot, I have this game projected for 7.4. The Florida Panthers team total over is a 3.5 at plus money. I think the Panthers go on a run here. And I know that we've been saying to fade the Panthers here. Their numbers have been damn good. Their numbers, the first 2 games that they lost, look very similar to when the New Jersey Devils last year lost the first few games of the season, then went on that massive run because they were losing those first 2 games, but they were dominating them. They won the expected goal battle. They look very good doing it. I'm going to move on the Panthers here on that team total over, and I'm going to move on the full game over in this spot here. Even at a 7 at plus 105, I expect both teams to score 4 goals in this game. Both these props, by the way, both these are plus money. The team total over for the Panthers, 3.5 at plus 110. Full game over is 7 at plus 105. I expect this to be a high-scoring back-and-forth game, and I like the Panthers to put up goals in this game. I do not trust the goaltending for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and this Panthers team is a team that I'm going to pump the brakes a little bit on fading them every game. I think this is a team that maybe I was wrong about. But I mean, obviously, they've only won 1 of their 3 games, but I think they'll be able to score goals. They put up 4 against Winnipeg, and they put up 4 against New Jersey. So this is a team where I think their offense is starting to get going here in this spot, and asking them to score 4 goals against this questionable Maple Leafs defense and goaltending for plus money. I'll go ahead and take a shot with Florida here on the team total and the full game over in this one as well. How do I How do I do the little at person's name here? I always type out part of. You just type it out. I don't know. Over 6.5. Kind of lean Florida. Florida money line, my favorite. Wow, Leafs in the under. Yeah. I think the Panthers may be more of a bet on team than we think. Let's move on here. The Edmonton Oilers and the Philadelphia Flyers -205 are these Oilers with a total of 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in the spot. This line opened up at a -170 for the Oilers. It's up to a 205, so a 35-cent line movement towards Edmonton in this game. Line opened up at a 6.5 -130. It's up to a 6.5 -135. So we have a move towards the Oilers and a move towards the over. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have 89% of tickets, 82% of cash is on the Oilers, 73% of the tickets, 92% of the cash is on the puck line. 55% of the tickets, 80% of the cash is on the under, and yet this line's moving towards the over, which I think is kind of interesting here. The Oilers' goaltending is really bad, depending on whether you're looking at Campbell or whether you're looking at Skinner. Neither of them have been particularly good, which is crazy because the Oilers are only giving up 3.04 expected goals for. And so far this season, they've given up 8, they've given up 4, and then they finally had a nice bounce back performance in that win against the Nashville Predators, where I believe they only gave up 1 goal. I think this offense is going to work for the Edmonton Oilers here in this spot. I don't know whether or not we're going to get contributions from Philadelphia. Obviously, I wanted to take the Oilers team total over here. A 3.5 to -150, though. I think that's a little rich for my blood here in this spot. I'm okay with laying a little bit of juice on team totals, but that's more looking for 2.5s for overs and 4.5 for unders. Those 3.5 numbers are kind of funky for me when you're laying a lot of juice. Will they hit 4 goals? Probably. This should be a game where the Oilers put up 4 goals. Do I want to lay a puck line with them? No. Do I want to lay the full game over with them? No, because I can see them win this game 5-1. Now, I'm not going to be betting unders in Oiler games yet. They've done nothing statistically to prove that they can go under the total at all for me. So this is a game where it's over or nothing. And maybe you look at the Edmonton team total over, and maybe this is part of the additions I make after the show is the Edmonton team total. It is $1.50. It is a little rich, but I have them projected for what? Actually, I have Flyers projected for more goals. Maybe it's a Flyer spot. Flyers coming off of a 2-0 win. Carter Hart and net. They do have the better goaltender at home. More and more I look at it, maybe it's a Flyer spot, but I'm going to stay off this game. Oilers puck line for Tim there. Yeah, I can see it. It's just I don't know how to get. I don't know how to get to that game, honestly. But we'll move on here in this spot. We have the LA Kings and the Minnesota Wild in the spot. The Wild -110 favorites, total 6 in this game. Take a look at the line history in this spot here between LA and Minnesota. This line opened up at -130 for the Wild. It's now down to a pick 'em at -108. So a big line movement here towards the LA Kings. Line opened up at a 120 for the over 6. This is also making me a little nervous because it's down to a 106. It's a 14-cent line movement towards this under, which makes me incredibly nervous. But 68% of the tickets, 79% of cash is on the under, so that kind of makes sense that the line is moving that way. 92% of the tickets, 91% of the cash is coming in on these LA Kings. The line has been moving a lot, so they are respecting that money for this game. And I played the over in this game. I got the over at 6. I have this game projected for 6.97 or 6.97. The Kings goaltending is a big question mark for me still, whether it's Talbot or Copley in this game. And for the Wild, it's probably going to be Gustafsson, which he's a decent goaltender. I don't know if it's going to be Fleury again. It's probably going to be Gus. I like the way that this Kings team has been playing now. Offensively, they have no problems. Defensively, other than giving up 7.86 expected goals against Colorado, they haven't. Defensively, they've been fine too. They only give up 1.86 expected goals against Carolina and 2.42 against Winnipeg. The problem is their goaltending's bad. And I think that's going to be a major problem here for the Kings this year. I think 6 is a little low. I would have this more like a 6.5. So I think we're getting a little bit of value here on this total. I took the over here between Minnesota, LA. Am I looking to get involved with the side here at all? Not really. It'd be Kings or nothing. Wow, the Kings have flipped to a favorite. That's crazy. Unfortunately, they've juiced both these team totals, so it's not like I can really play both these team or any of these team totals, because the 2.5 for the Kings is minus 160, which is insane. But they've put up over 3.5 expected goals in all 3 games. They are coming in off of a much needed win against Winnipeg. And scoring has not been a problem for them. They've scored 5 goals in 2 of the 3 games so far. So this is a Kings team that offensively is going to be very good. They've got a really good forward group. They added to it. And this is going to be a really good offensive team for the Kings. Their defense's goaltending is going to be the biggest question mark for them all year long. If you're okay with juice, minus 160 for an over 2.5, it's fine. I'm not going to lay that probably. But I do think they get 3 goals in this game. Philly over, I can see it. Kings money line in the over. Yeah. If Talgo, Kings money line, if Copley, then the over. Wild and Reg for Joe Kryptonite. I saw the Wild have a key defenseman out. Dude had a Russian sounding name. Don't know anything about hockey. Let me look that up real quick. Minnesota Wild starting lineup. See who is. I think it was Goligoski. I think they're missing Goligoski, and they brought up. Yeah. Oh, Jared Spurgeon and Goligoski and Matt Boldy. They brought up. Who was it? Dakota Mermis to replace Goligoski, and they brought up. Sammy Walker to replace Boldy. Yeah, I kind of want to fade the Wild in this spot, but I'm not going to. But I would lean towards the Kings. Morning. We'll keep on moving on. A game I actually have a play in. We have the Arizona Coyotes and the St. Louis Blues in this one here. Blues are minus 120 favorites, total 6 in this game. Let's take a look at this spot here. Line opened up at a minus 145 for the Blues. It's come all the way down to a 113. So this line is continuing to drop towards the Coyotes here in this spot. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 108, and it's moved up to a 6 minus 119. So once again, the line moving against me for this over or for this under, because I did bet the under in this game. 83% of the tickets, 91% of the cash is on the under. Line moving towards the over. I am very, very concerned. 89% of the tickets, 66% of the cash is on the Coyotes in this game. So kind of a public dog here in this spot with Arizona. In this game, they are respecting it, and the line has moved towards the Arizona Coyotes. Maybe that means we're just getting a better value here with the St. Louis Blues. Taking a look at the expected goal numbers, only one game out of these 5 that combined that these two teams have played have any of them put up more than 3 expected goals. Arizona put up 4.48 in that game against New Jersey. St. Louis 2.11 against Dallas and 2.07 against Seattle. And then Arizona 2.36 against the Rangers, 1.37 against the Islanders. They put up 14 shots on goal against Ilya Sorokin. And when Sorokin got that shutout, I had this game projected for more. This game should have been a 5.5, not a 6. I'm on the under in this game. And I think this is going to be a low scoring game, and Binnington's been much better so far this season. You can get the first period under 1.5 plus 115 as well. I kind of like that in this game. I kind of want to look to see what these two teams have done in the first periods of games to see what obviously the first period went under there. The first period went under there. The first period went under there, and it went on to go over the full game. So first period unders are 3-0 in Arizona games so far, and I believe they are perfect in Seattle games or St. Louis games as well. Yeah. There hasn't been a goal scored in St. Louis games in the first period either. I think this is a low scoring game. I might grab some first period under 1.5 in this game as well. I have this projected as the lowest scoring game of the night. I think this is a game that finishes something along the lines of 2-1. Binnington has been phenomenal so far this season, and just offensively, these two teams have not done much. So I am on the under in this game. Maybe you look towards an Arizona team total under. I think Bennington has a good game in this one. Unfortunately, it is a 2.5 for the Arizona Coyotes. Luckily, the 2.5 is plus 135. So you are getting a really nice price if you want to take under 2.5 goals with the Coyotes in this spot. I lean in that direction, but I'm just on the full game under 6 here in this game. Morning, Coyotes money line. Good luck. Good luck. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hockey games remaining here. We have the Vegas Golden Knights and the Winnipeg Jets. The Vegas Golden Knights minus 110 favorites with a total of 6 in this spot. Let's take a look at this line history in this one. Line opened up at a 125. It's down to a 109 for Vegas, so it's a move towards Winnipeg. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 108. Now it's a 6 at even money, so the lines move towards the under, and the lines move towards Winnipeg. Expecting Hellebuck to have a good game. 86% of the tickets, 82% of the cash is on this under. 82% of the tickets, 91% of the cash is on Winnipeg in this game here, which is kind of interesting. And I get it. Vegas is injured. They're missing a few players. They're coming in off of an overtime win against the Dallas Stars, a big game, obviously. The question is, what type of goaltending performance do we get from these guys, which I trust both these guys. Aiden Hill has been one of the top goaltenders so far this season, and when it comes to expected goal or goal saved above expected, and Hellebuck's kind of struggled, but I see this as a game where we could potentially see it lower scoring, a little bit more tight checking. I do lean towards maybe an under in this game with Vegas and Winnipeg. I'm not in the business of fading the Vegas Golden Knights. I think I might land on this on the VGK side in this one here. Winnipeg, when you look at the amount of tickets coming in on them, 82% of the tickets, 91% of the cash. I get it. The lines move towards them, so the market's respecting that money. I'm not in any business in fading the Vegas Golden Knights. And actually, I'm going to move on the Vegas Golden Knights here in this game. I think you're on the opposite side here, Tim. But I like Vegas in this spot. Vegas has done nothing to prove to me I should be betting against them. When you look at their numbers, they've been the much better team. They've won the expected goal battle in 3 of their 4 games. The only one they didn't, they lost it by 0.19 expected goals. They're only giving up 2.8 per game. They're producing 3.51. And this Winnipeg team has not looked very good their last 2 games. And I expect that to continue here in this spot. Hellebuck has kind of struggled to start the year. Maybe he bounces back here, but I'm going to have him prove it to me first. Give me the Vegas Golden Knights at minus 109 here.
Hello, good morning. And I got to be here at a good time because this is my favorite play of the day. The Jets money line. And it's more of a it's a weird line. You get the defending Stanley Cup champions 4-0 coming off of a big win against the other team that I have is one of the best teams in the Western Conference against a Winnipeg Jets team that just got blown out at home against the Kings. And it's a pick'em. It's a pick'em. No, then it's got to be free money with Vegas, right? No. I'm on the Winnipeg side. I know Vegas is on the road, but this is still a Vegas team that's looked dominant all year. So has looked good the first 4 games of the year. Big come from behind win last time, and the other games are 4-1 wins. When it came to this one, Winnipeg was one of the biggest games that stood out to me. That I kind of really want to end up getting on that Florida side, but I really like the Winnipeg Jets as my best bet of the day.
Yeah, you're like, I get the way you're describing it there, but you also got to keep in mind the reason why this line is low. The reason why the line was low against Dallas as well. Yeah, they're on the road, but I'm not going to completely say it's because they're on the road. It's because they're without Pietrangelo. It's because they're without Whitecloud. It's because they're without Martinez. They're without 3 of their top defensemen. So I think that's kind of playing into it as well, where you're getting a not 100% healthy Vegas Golden Knights team. And this speaks to the depth of this team, that they were able to go on the road. Well, no, they weren't on the road. They were at home. They were able to beat Dallas in that game without three of their top defensemen. It just speaks to the depth of this Vegas Golden Knights team that I have no interest in betting against. They're my number one team for a reason. This is the Stanley Cup champs that have undefeated so far.
Vegas is my number 2 team. And
I still don't understand how you have them number 2. You can't know. I get it.
I have Colorado above them, but it is what it is. They're my number 2 team, and I have Winnipeg at number 20, and I'm still taking Winnipeg. So that's just how it is today.
Yeah, it is what it is. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is.
There you go.
Now I can start to track some of my plays that I added. So back to the chat, Tim.
Where did you leave off?
I left off there.
Supness, yes, because supness from Lex. That's always the best message to get first in the morning. BGK and Reg, I feel like that's too easy. Fade the Capitals. I kind of agree with fading the Capitals. I'm going 8 to 10 legs today. Thank you, NHL. Good luck to you, Lex. Let's keep going into this one. This one was a little bit weird.
Yeah, this one's kind of got my attention a little bit here. Dallas Stars minus 250 against the Anaheim Ducks. Total is 6 in this game. Let's get into the line history in this spot here between Anaheim and Dallas. Line opened up at a 245. It's up to a 253. So the line's moved 8 cents towards the Dallas Stars. Line opened up at a 6 at plus 104. It's now up to a 6 at minus 108. Looking at the cash flow in this game here, we have 91% of the tickets and 46% of the cash is on the Dallas Stars. 57% of the tickets are on their puck line in this spot here, and I get it. By the way, I think this is going to be Leo Carlsson's debut for the Ducks. Their number 2 overall pick, and I believe he'll be on the top line. And when I looked at this game here, one thing I've noticed, and obviously there's only 2 games of sample size, but the Anaheim Ducks should be getting lit up. They're giving up 3.91 expected goals in their only 2 games, and they've played Vegas and Carolina. And Dallas is just as difficult. Dallas has really struggled to put up any type of offense. Granted, they've played St. Louis and Vegas, and teams struggle to put up anything against Vegas. I think this line should have been more like 6.5, and I think I want to move on this under here. I think that this Dallas Stars team can put up goals in this game as well. And I get it, they're minus 250, and that may feel kind of obvious, but my numbers suggest that they should get the Ducks should absolutely get smashed in this game. And we're actually getting a reasonable price here on this Dallas Stars team total, which I think this may be where I focus my attention on in this game. Dallas Stars team total over 3.5, rather than trying to lay a puck line or trying to play anything like that. And I also like this full game over too. I like this team total over 3.5, the full game over 6. I'm going to play both of those as well. I think this is a game where the Ducks finally get lit up because they didn't in their first game against the Carolina Hurricanes, where they won. That was a very impressive win for them, and they gave up 4 goals against Vegas in their loss there. But with that being said, I think this is a game that get lit up. The Dallas or the Anaheim Ducks, they get lit up in this game. And we see the Dallas Stars put up at least 4, maybe 5 goals, and then I'm asking for a goal or 2 from the Ducks. So I like this over.
I was leaning under.
All right, we're on the same page this morning.
But you got to keep in mind, I'm a big component on Jake. I like Jake Ottender.
Yes.
He should be starting today. I have a Vezina ticket for him. I think he's going to be one of the best goalies in hockey. And when it comes to it, I think this is one of the games he shuts down the Ducks. And you mentioned it earlier. Dallas hasn't scored yet. They've scored 2 and 2 in the first 2 games.
Yep.
Are we expecting them to score 5 goals in this game?
This is definitely a get-right spot for them.
It could be.
Offensively, this is the worst defense they've played so far, because when you look at it, they've played St. Louis, which has been a sneaky defense, and Vegas, which is arguably the best blue line in hockey.
Here's what I'm not going to take the full game under. I'll take the Ducks under. Ducks team total under. It's a 2.5.
Yep.
At minus 120.
Yep.
I will take that still. I don't think that they score 3 goals against Jake Ottender tonight.
All I'm
give me
asking for is 2 from them. I think we're gonna get. I think we're getting 5 from Dallas.
That's fine. I'm taking the Ducks team total under tonight. By the way, do we have a I know you talked the Wild game already. Do we have a confirmation on the goalie for the Kings?
I do not know.
Yeah, I'll go ask Mr. Kings on Twitter.
Let's see. We have a confirmation for Marc-Andre Fleury, which makes me like the over even more. But yeah, that's the only confirmation I have there. I'll head back to the chats here. Where'd you leave off? You left off Blues game under and Hurricanes run line. We'll get into those. I do like the Blues game under. I need to take a deeper look at that Hurricanes game. Looks very interesting. Sabres money line.
Yes.
I don't like it today. I'm sorry, Tim. I'm not betting the Flames, but I'm not betting the Sabres. Tulsa first half. I didn't touch any college football tonight. I didn't. I never got to any of it. Yeah. What is up, y'all? Good luck. And took SMU first half spread. That's tomorrow, and I'm on the full game spread for SMU. I laid 19.5 points on the road, which feels gross. But we'll get into those Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Seattle Kraken. Canes minus 140, total of 6 in this game. Very interested in this spot here. Line opened up at a 135, and it's up to a 138. Line opened up at a 108 for the over 6. It's actually dropped 8 cents towards the under, which is kind of interesting there. We have 74% of the tickets, 66% of the cash is on the over, and the line moving towards the under, which is very interesting. And we have 65% of the tickets, 68% of the cash is on the Hurricanes. Line's moving slightly towards them here. When we look at the Kraken so far this year, they've played better in their last 2 games. They outplayed Colorado. Just nothing can go in for them. Offensively, they've really struggled. And for Carolina, they're coming in off of a game where they kind of struggled offensively a little bit for the first 2.5 periods. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the game, when they were down 3-2, when I was getting close to cashing a plus 268, they go bang, 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 and it was cooked, which was totally fun to watch a 268 go through your fingers like that. But that's what you get sometimes when you bet these big dogs. I think this game's an over. I think this is a game where we could see the Kraken finally crack through offensively, because Carolina's kind of struggled with their goaltending and their defense so far this season. They've played a bunch of overs. And by the way, we have a confirmation for Winnipeg, which actually makes me really like the Knights even more. It's Laurent Brossoit in net for Winnipeg tonight, looks like, which is kind of interesting, and it's not Connor Hellebuck. But I was just scrolling through the thing to see what the goalies were for, for this game. And I don't think we have any confirmed. It looks like Anderson and Grubauer. I kind of lean over in this game. Carolina overs have been actually pretty good so far this season. When you look at what Carolina has done, they won 5-3, they won 6-5, they lost 6-3, they won 6-3. I think you just bet Carolina overs until further notice, and this team's a much higher scoring team than people think. And I want to take a shot with the Kraken here. I do. I want to take a shot with the Kraken's team total. Because we've seen the Carolina Hurricanes give up 3 goals in every single game so far, win or lose. And the Kraken team total is a 2.5 at minus 135. I like that, and I like the full game over as well in this game. I think we continue to see teams score goals against the Carolina Hurricanes. I don't think this is the same defensive team that we've seen in the years past, and all of a sudden they're an offensive juggernaut. So I'm going to take the Kraken team total over 2.5. Release the Kraken a little bit here, and the full game over 6. I think this is the game where the Kraken's offense finally wakes up.
Okay. I'm on the Canes puck line. This Kraken team is just they've had a really, really rough start to the year. Carolina actually looks good, and this line is close because this line makes sense now. Because I was kind of mentioning it. If this was the line for the Vegas game, it would make a lot more sense. This is the line. This line seems right for these two teams, and I think Carolina is Aho going to be back tonight?
That's a great question. They might still be without Aho and Svechnikov.
Hey, even without them, they looked good and scored 6 goals last night. So I do like
it was the Sharks, yeah.
Huh?
It was the Sharks, but yeah.
And this is a Kraken team that hasn't looked good. But I'm taking the Canes. I'm taking them on the puck line at plus 185. And out of the last 3 games, that is the smallest plus money bet I'm going to have. So I'm taking the Canes puck line plus 185.
All right. Back to the chat. We have 2 more hockey games to go over. And then I'm probably going to bounce after that because
Where did you leave off?
Well, we got a decent amount of chat here in this one. We're right there.
Shout out to everyone. What up, fellas? And let's go D-backs. Welcome, Razor. Welcome to the stream. Canes money line. Yeah, you can lay. I'll take their puck line for some plus money. Knights, nope. Avs, nope. Leafs, nope. Stars, sure. Bruins, nope. Saints, not touching the Saints. Good luck to you guys, though. Thoughts on Ranger Suarez over 2.5 strikeouts?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm
that way. He's been dominant.
I'm on the over in that game, so we'll see.
One thing with Ranger Suarez is we don't know how far into the game he's going to go. That's why his strikeout numbers are so low.
Tim, did you watch that FIU game? No, I did not. I really don't watch many of the games. Rangers and Reg. I didn't touch the Rangers game. Hurricanes and Reg. Just bet the puck line, dude. Come on. Hurricanes. Chiefs traded back for Raquel Hedman. Now that the Jets had him relegated to the bench, I'm sure that he comes out. Yeah, he'll probably have a big game this weekend. That's fine. Those are nice picks, Gio. Watch out for my Wings this year. I had them last night. They've been looking good. They could trade for a piece. Nathan, I like the under in Rice. Good luck. Nathan, so now let's eat today. Let's do it. I agree. Tie record ball game should lead to more defense. There you go. I want to take the Rangers in the first period. I don't hate it. Let's head to this one, Nick.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to have moves on the last 2 games as well. I've already got – my bad. I do have moves already on the last 2 games. I've already bet them, and I'm looking to make some ads here in this spot. Chicago Blackhawks and the Colorado Avalanche, and I mistyped that. That is not 240. It's 340 for the Avalanche, total 6.5 in this game. Let's get into the line history in this spot. As the line opened up at a 346 for the Avalanche, it's down to a 342, so a couple of cent line movement towards these Blackhawks here. Line opened up at 6.5 minus 101. It's now a 6.5 at plus 102, so it's been a slight move towards the under in this game, which makes me a little nervous because I did move on this over. 60% of the tickets are on the over. We have for the Blackhawks, 13% of the tickets, but 41% of the cash is on the money line. And when you look at it, the puck line plus 1.5 is 62% of the tickets, 97% of the cash. So it's not like all the money for the Avalanche is coming in on the puck line, and that's why all the money is on the money line for the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks are taking money in this game, and I fully understand it. Now I get it. This could easily be that game where everything comes crumbling in on the Blackhawks. They've given up at least 3 expected goals in all 4 games. And actually, Arvik Soderblom, I don't know if he's going to be the goaltender tonight. He leads the league in goals saved above that expected so far this season. Very, very early, but he's been awesome. And this Chicago team has gone under in all 4 games. That being said, I see this as the game where they give up some goals finally. And here's the thing on the opposite side. I think they could put up some goals. This is a Colorado team that did not look particularly great against Seattle in their last game. They got the win, but they got outplayed in that game. And previous to that, they played San Jose and Los Angeles. I think this is going to be a scrappy Blackhawks team this year that when they're huge dogs, you're going to want to take shots with them here. And maybe I'm crazy. Who cares? Give me a little bit of – I'm already on the over 6.5. I'm going to grab the team total over 2.5 with the Blackhawks at plus 120. And, when I have a little team total over, I think they can put up goals, which I think they're live in the game, which that means I'm going to take a shot here. We cashed with them last game at plus 282. Let's try again. Plus 296. Chicago Blackhawks money line against these Colorado Avalanche. I would not be surprised to see them win this game outright in this spot, and that would be a very, very nice payday. Blackhawks plus 296 for me as well.
What are the two magic words, Nick?
Blackhawks cock.
Blackhawks cock. Let's get it. Chicago Blackhawks outright money line plus
96.
What? Well, hold on, let me see what I got for it. I got 285. I'm riding with the Blackhawks in this one. Bedard anytime goal. I know. Hey, I am betting against my number 1 and my number 2 team on my power rankings today. So that just shows power rankings are important. They're not everything. Because I do have the Avalanche as my number 1 team in the NHL. But whenever you get this big of a spread, I'm going to be on the opposite side. So go ahead, hand me some Chicago Blackhawks money line plus 285 in this game. We'll ride with that.
I like it. I like it a lot. Head back to the chat, and then we'll have our last game.
Joe Kryptonite, Blackhawks. Let's get it. Saints for the win, like Cowboys last Sunday after their last outing. There you go. Blackhawks, huge dogs again. You know what to do. Blackhawks, you're going to take plus 1.5? That's fine. Bedard, over 3.5 shots on goal. McKinnon, over 3.5 shots on goal. Bedard has been crushing that line. Hey.
Bedard's been awesome with his shots on goal. I will say that.
Let's go. And you like the Stros tonight. Stros and the D-backs. But let's go one last hockey game, Nick.
Yeah, and this is one where I may be a little bit boring on this one because I'm kind of going a little chalk here. Let's get into it. The Bruins are minus 265 favorites with a total of 6 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history of this spot where we had this line open up at a 255. It's up to a 265. So we'll move towards these Bruins. Line open up at a 6 at minus 108. It's a 6 at minus 116. So we do have a move towards this over here as well. We have 50% of the tickets, 89% of the cash is on the over. The line's moving in that direction. 95% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the Bruins. Here's the thing. I think one of these two big chalk favorites lose at the end of the night. I don't think it's the Bruins. I think it's the Avalanche. When you look at the numbers that the Sharks have put up so far this year, they gave up 2.59 expected goals against Vegas, which was really nice. Then the next two games against Colorado and Carolina, 5.54 and 4.68. The dam is finally starting to creak in. Mackenzie Blackwood's not going to be Patrick Waugh or Dominic Hasek or Martin Brodeur all season long and stop every shot coming his way. And the Bruins have been putting up some numbers. They've put up 3.88 expected goals for in their first two games on average. Now, obviously, only 2-game sample size, so not a huge sample size here. I think the Bruins score 5 tonight. I think this is a game where they win something along the lines of 5-1, 5-2. I'm on the over 6, and I'm on the Bruins team total over 3.5. It's $1.40. A little chalky, but I think they get to 4 goals easily here. I think the walls start to cave in on the Sharks defensively, and I think we see them struggle here in this spot. So I like the Bruins team total over and the full game over here to close out the hockey game. Really?
Give me the Sharks. Sharks okay. Outright against the Boston Bruins.
So what you're doing is you're just going to hope one of these big favorites lose at the end of the night.
I am on both big dogs in the 10:30 game. So yes, that would be ideal. I think at least one of them loses, and I want to be on both of them just in case. Hey. You never know what happens if both of them lose. That could definitely be.
I don't see both. I don't see both of them losing. Maybe that's just. I see one losing. I see them going 1-1.
Hey, that could very well be it. And if that's the case, I'm making money on it because both of them, the Sharks, I got at plus like what 2. What did I get them at 230? So either way, if I hit one of them, I'm happy. Go ahead, give me the San Jose Sharks. A little bit of doggy action end the night.
Awesome. Head back to the chat, and then I'm gonna peace out here in a second because I got class. But I'll quickly touch on the other games real quick when you're done with the chat there.
I wish you could parlay some game shots on goal. Maybe. Bruins puck line. No, thank you. All right, Nick. I'll let you rapid fire through these 3 games.
Yep, quick rapid fire. Phillies versus 5, Phillies full game. Continuing to ride through Red October. That's pretty simple. There's no team that's made me more money this playoffs than the Philadelphia Phillies. Next game, you don't fade the Astros on the road. You don't fade them as a dog on the road. This team is dominant on the road. First 5 full game team total over for them. And primetime game here in the NFL, I'm on the Saints. I got them at minus 126. First half under, full game under. This is a top level defense there for the Saints. Bad spot for the Jaguars. Back-to-back London games, divisional game, and then a short week on a Thursday night game against a non-conference opponent. Give me the Saints in that spot. So quick little rapid fire: Phillies, Astros, and Saints in the under for the Thursday night game. That is all.
There you go. Have a good day at class. Learn something new. Put up hockey plays up on the site, please. Thank you.
Will do.
If you're taking the Sharks, might as well be at home like this. Exactly. My point being, Bruins 3-1. No. Jags first half and full game. I could see it, but I'll quickly kind of do a rapid fire like he did. Because I did go over all 3. I went over 2 of these games, the baseball games on. I did this one as a free pick video. Phillies and the Diamondbacks, Ranger Suarez, Brandon Pfaadt, and this one was just this one's an over for me. We've seen a lot of times when a lot of people say, "Oh, playoffs are more undertime and all that stuff." Yeah, normally the games are outside in the cold. This one's in a dome. It's warm. I'm not really too worried about that. Brandon Pfaadt has not been particularly good. Ranger Suarez has been good, but out of all the pitchers that the Arizona Diamondbacks have seen, he's the most hittable out of him, Wheeler, and Nola. So if the Diamondbacks were to get something, I do think they would be able to score against the Phillies in this game. I like the over 9. I do lean towards Arizona. I think Arizona still has a shot to win the series. So I'm going to be looking towards the D-backs in this one, but I'm going to be on the over. Fat. Yeah. There you go. And the Astros and the Rangers minus 115, total of 9.5. Once again, you get the Astros at plus money on the road. They were 54-30 on the road this year. They were awful at home. So it does make sense why they look better yesterday than they did in the games in Houston. I'm going to jump right back on the Houston Astros in this one on the road. I think they tie up the series. This is going to be a back-and-forth series. This series was not going to end in 4 or 5 games. I think out of the 2 series, this one's going to be the most interesting. This one's going to be the most back and forth. I can see 7 games between the Astros and the Rangers going all the way down to the last game. And I'm going to go Astros to continue it in this one. And then real quick, Thursday night football. I hate both sides. I'm just taking the under. Primetime under as we normally do. Not really going to deep dive into that one all that much. Just going to. JMU, I'm on the opposite side. I'm on Marshall. Top of the morning, plus 12 units in baseball. Playoffs hitting 70%. Pfaadt over his outs. And Heaney, Pfaadt and Heaney both under their outs. Hey, that works out with my over because I do expect this one to go over. So I like it. Sharpie, let's get it. That is all of the games for today. Yes, Los Serpents. Yes, let's get it. That is all the games for today. Real quick housekeeping. Social medias, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all of those linked down below if you guys can follow those. Make sure you guys, if you guys are interested, jump on and become a member of the Earle Sports Bets YouTube channel. $4.99 a month, 16 cents a day. Cards coming out in college football. I'll put that out today. NFL will be out in the next couple of days, and then NBA starts up soon. That will be out soon, and then you got hockey. College basketball starts up soon. Lots of stuff coming out if you guys are interested in that. Recap for me. In the NHL, I'm on the Sabres on the money line. I'm on the over in the Florida game. I also did take the Panthers money line. I'm on the Oilers on the puck line. I'm on the Jets on the money line. I'm on the Ducks team total under 2.5. The Canes on the puck line. The Sharks on the money line. And the Blackhawks on the money line. And then For baseball, I'm on the over in the Arizona game. I'm on the Houston Astros. And then for the Thursday Night Football game, I'm on the under. I want to take Marshall. I like Marshall. I can't back Ranger Suarez after a big team win. Homie hit the bottles too hard. That's fair. But the Astros have owned the Rangers on the road. That they have. Tim, how about them Aces? Never in doubt. I was on the Aces last night. I put them up +6 up on the site. So yeah, I was on them. JMU Marshall over. I could definitely see that 100%. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow for another one. And good luck, guys.